Hi, I'm Andria Wiehle. We are talking about intuitive eating today. So Dave and I are actually working together, and the message is that we're wanting to expose the diet mentality for what it is, which is a multi-billion-dollar industry that is feeding us lies that really doesn't work. And I think we're at the point now that we can tell it's not working for us. In fact, it's causing us to be overweight. Okay, so we want to go in a different direction where there's actual freedom. So I'm going to draw up here a new food pyramid. Okay, we're going to call this the intuitive eating pyramid. Okay, so before I even go here, the diet mentality, what it is it's people selling you a product that's telling you this is what not to do, this is what you have to do, like this is the best, everybody eat cabbage, everybody do this, everybody do that, and like stay away from these 5 foods, whatever. And what it does is it creates a bunch of laws in your mind that you feel like you have to follow, but then you get extremely confused because you're hearing so many different messages from so many places. Normally, the diets work temporarily, but they don't work permanently, and they leave you usually worse off than you started. Okay, so when you can't sustain that lifestyle permanently, you gain the weight back, but you also gain more weight. First of all, because you probably damaged your metabolism. Secondly, because you feel there's an emotional baggage that you gained from that diet. You feel like a failure. You feel like it's too hard and you've given up. You feel like you have to live under the constraints of these rules and laws, and it's just too hard. Okay, so that's basically living under the law, and we want to live, I would say, under the spirit, which is freedom. Okay, so that's what we're going for. So intuitive eating, we want to get rid of all these laws so that we can begin to tune into what our body actually needs. We want to properly feed our body. So the very foundation of intuitive eating, and basically as we go up this pyramid, we want to hit all these bases and get really good at each level. Okay, so the very foundation is that we're feeding our body an adequate amount of food. Okay, your body needs a certain amount of food to sustain a healthy metabolism. I also tell people restriction, which basically is what most diets are on whatever level. Restriction equals binge, okay? And that's just the reality. It doesn't matter if you restrict for a day and then the binge happens the next day, or you restrict for a week and you think, oh no, it doesn't equal binge. But a week later, all of a sudden, you just can't help yourself. And bringing that to an extreme, people that have eating disorders, let's look at anorexia. A lot of people that struggle with that end up struggling with bulimia as well, because there's moments where they just can't hold back. Okay, so restriction always equals binge. So what we need to do is learn how to adequately feed our body with enough food, healthy meals throughout the day. So the second thing that we want to get really good at is balance. Okay, so within having enough food, we want every single meal to be balanced in our nutrition in general. So we can just look at that as far as macronutrients, which is protein, fats, and carbs. So each meal we want to make sure that it's balanced with that. And I have another diagram that we're going to go to that's going to explain why that's so important. Okay, so the next level, you want to guess? So now we're feeding our body regularly enough food. It's always balanced. And then what's the next thing that we want to get good at in order to be really healthy?
Choices?
It's good. Close. So it's variety.
Oh.
So just having variety in your diet, because
you get sick of stuff.
Yeah, you get sick of stuff and bored. And actually, even if you're eating the right amount of food and it's balanced, if you eat the same thing all the time, really that is going to be you restricting yourself. So then the next thing is something that is just so crazy in the idea of the diet mentality, but this is pleasure. So food that actually tastes good to us. Okay, so now once we get really good and we're totally intuitive eaters, what we're doing is we're feeding our body enough food throughout the day on a regular basis, balanced meals that has variety, and then we're making choices off of what we really enjoy eating. Okay, and actually your body absorbs the nutrition best when you're enjoying your food. So that's the beginning, that's our food diagram, and we'll see you next time.